All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to talk about something today that, look, I think every single one of us deals with it. It's this weight we all seem to carry around. And I'm not talking about physical weight. I'm talking about that heavy feeling, deep in your gut, in your mind, that just grinds you down. We're going to break down how to live lighter. You know that feeling I'm talking about, right? It's when you wake up in the morning and seriously, before your feet even hit the floor, there's just this pressure, this invisible load that's sitting on your chest. It's that program running in the background of your mind all day long. So what is this weight? Well, it's like we're all walking around with this invisible backpack, and it's just stuffed with rocks. You've got the anxiety about the future rock. You've got the guilt over something stupid I did 10 years ago rock. The fear of totally, completely blowing it rock. Oh, and don't forget the pressure from everybody else and just the day-to-day grind. It's a universal thing, and man, is it exhausting. Okay, so what's our go-to move when that backpack feels like it's about to just snap our spine? When life gets totally chaotic and the pressure's on, what do we instinctively do? This, right here, is where we walk straight into a massive trap. Our first instinct is to just double down, to grab the straps of that backpack, clench our fists, and try to control every single variable. We think, if I can just manage this perfectly, if I can plan for every outcome and just muscle through it, the weight will get lighter. But it's a total trap. All that does is drain every ounce of our energy and leads us to one place. And that's burnout. Look, we're not just talking about being tired from a long week. This is soul tired. It's that deep, spiritual, emotional exhaustion that comes from trying to be our own God, from trying to carry a weight that we were fundamentally never, ever designed to hold by ourselves. And this presents a completely different strategy, doesn't it? This is the counter move to our instinct for control, and it's been around for thousands of years. Instead of grabbing tighter, it's about finding rest and stability in something, or really someone, outside of yourself. It's about having a fortress to run to when you feel like you're about to get totally shaken apart. Okay, so let's really dive into this. Because if grabbing tighter is the trap, then what in the world is the escape hatch? It's not what you think. It is a truly radical invitation. It's a completely counterintuitive solution to this problem of our ridiculously heavy backpacks. This is one of the most incredible, direct invitations ever made. You have Jesus looking at everybody who's struggling, everyone who's just crushed under the weight of their own efforts, and he says, bring it here. He's not saying, give me the easy stuff, or give me the burdens you've already kind of sorted out. He's saying, give me the whole load, all of it, the messy stuff, the heavy stuff, the stuff you can't even put a name to, right now. Now, let's be clear. Some people hear the word freedom and they think it means a free-for-all, right? A license to be irresponsible. But that's not it, not at all. This kind of freedom isn't about being free from your responsibilities. It's about being free from being a slave to your anxiety and your fear. It's about finding this strange and powerful peace right in the middle of the storm, not waiting until after the storm has passed. So here's the crucial point. How does this actually work? I mean, this all sounds great in theory, but what does it look like on a Tuesday afternoon when you're staring at a pile of bills or dealing with a crisis at home? How do you actually let go? Let's get into the game plan. It's actually a really simple 3-step process. First, you have to name it. You can't just release a vague feeling of dread. You got to get specific. Write it down. Name the exact fear, the specific anxiety. Second, you surrender it. This is an active choice. You literally say out loud or just in your head, God, this is yours. I'm tapping out. I can't carry it anymore. And third, you act in faith. You don't just sit there. You get up and you make the next decision, but you make it from a place of peace, not from a place of panic. And here's the engine that makes the whole thing run. Why can you do this? Why would you even hand over your deepest worries? Well, it's because you're not just chucking them into some cosmic void. You're giving them to someone who genuinely actually cares about you. That's the motivation behind the whole surrender. It matters to him. And listen, this isn't some new theory. This is a battle-tested strategy. I mean, look at these guys. David was literally being hunted like an animal, fearing for his life. Paul was shipwrecked, beaten, thrown in jail. Elijah was so burnt out, he basically asked God to just end it. These were people under immense, life-threatening pressure. And their survival strategy was exactly the same. They let go, they gave the burden to God and relied on his strength, not their own. So what happens when you actually start to live this way? when letting go isn't just a one-time thing you do in a crisis, but it becomes a habit, a rhythm in your life. Well, the result is truly transformative. Let's go back to that analogy. Imagine life is a steep mountain you have to climb. It's hard work, right? It's challenging. And most of us are trying to make that climb with a backpack that is just stuffed to the brim with heavy rocks. Every single step is just this brutal, grinding effort. Now here's the key. Surrender doesn't mean you get teleported to the top of the mountain. The climb is still there, the challenges are still real. But surrender is letting Jesus take those rocks out of your backpack one by one. The path is still as steep, but suddenly, you're not being crushed by the weight anymore. You can actually climb. You can breathe. And this is what starts to happen in your real life. Your steps get lighter. Your mind actually clears up because it's not just spinning on that hamster wheel of anxiety 24/7. You start making calls based on courage, not just raw, paralyzing fear. And maybe the biggest thing of all is you build a real, dynamic relationship with God because you're actually depending on Him, day in and day out. And this becomes your new baseline. It's not arrogance. It's this quiet confidence. It's the ultimate trump card. So when the fear and the pressure start to creep back in, and they will, you can stand on this truth. If the creator of the entire universe is on my side, what burden, what fear, what person can truly stand against me?
So let's end with this. Let's make this real, right now. Forget about the whole backpack for a minute. That's too much. What is the one rock, the one stone you've been carrying that is just weighing you down? Just one. Name it. What's the one stone you will consciously decide to let go of today?